Jaya Gopi Jaya Vinda Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Sita Bhavana Gaura Hari Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Sita Bhavana Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Om Namo Bhagavate
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवते उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिके कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः. Hare Krishna, reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 7, text number 22. 4-7-22. तामुपागातमालक्ष्य तामुपागतमालक्ष्य सर्वे सुरागणादयः सर्वे सुरागणादयः प्रणेमुः सहसोत्थाय प्रणेमुः सहसोत्थाय ब्रह्मेन्द्रात्र्यक्ष नायकः ब्रह्मेन्द्रात्र्यक्षनायकः तामुपागतमालक्ष्य सर्वे सुरागणादयः प्रणेमुः सहसोत्थाय ब्रह्मेन्द्रात्र्यक्षनायकः Recite. तामुपागतमालक्ष्य सर्वे सुरगणादयः प्रणेमो सहसोत्थाय ब्रह्मेन्द्रात्र्यक्षनायकः तामुपागतमालक्ष्य सर्वे सुरागणादयः प्रणेमो सहसोत्थाय ब्रह्मेन्द्रात्र्यक्षनायकः. Translation for Sri Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. So we'll do word for word meaning also. Tam, him, upagatam, arrived, alaksha, after seeing, sarve, all, sarva gunadayaha, the demigods and others, the demigods and others. Pranamo, obeisances. Sahasa, immediately. Uttaya, after standing up. Brahma, Lord Brahma. Indra, Lord Indra. Triyaksha, Lord Shiva, who has three eyes. Nayakaha, led by. Translation. As soon as the Lord Vishnu is visible, all the demigods, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, the Gandharvas, and all present there, immediately offer their respective obeisances by falling down straight before him. Purport. It appears that Lord Vishnu is the supreme Lord even to Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma. And what to speak of demigods, Gandharvas, and ordinary living entities? It is stated in a prayer, Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha. All the demigods worship Lord Vishnu. Similarly, Dhyanavastita Tadgatena Manasa Paschyanti Yasurayah. Yogis concentrate their mind on the form of Lord Vishnu. Thus, Lord Vishnu is worshipable by the demigods, all Gandharvas, and even the Lord Shiva and Brahma. Tadvishnu Paramam Padam Sada Paschyanti Yatsurayaha. Vishnu is therefore the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Even though Lord Shiva was previously referred in the prayers by Lord Brahma as the Supreme, when Lord Vishnu appeared, Shiva also fell prostrated before him to offer him respectful obeisances. Om Ajnanaatimirandasya Jnananjanashalaakaya Chakshurunmitam Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanitam Tvam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gauravatta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare मुखं करोति वाचालं भङ्गं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुन् दिनतारणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यईश्वरम् Hare Krishna. Thank you for joining. So let me give a short recap of what's happening in the context so that you will be able to understand it properly. So what happened? Like there is a conflict between Daksha and Lord Shiva. Sorry, I should not say. Daksha took the offense because when some yajna was performed by the demigods, Daksha entered in the assembly. At the time, Lord Shiva did not get up because Lord Shiva was in meditation on the Supreme Lord, and Daksha took the offense. He blasphemed Lord Shiva, and then he left from that place. And after that, some of them, like followers of Lord Shiva and followers of Daksha, they cursed and countercursed each other. And after that, Daksha wanted to insult Lord Shiva. That's why what he did, he wanted to start a yajna without Lord Shiva, without inviting Lord Shiva, Nirishwar Yaga. So then he invited Daksha. Daksha was a Prajapati. So, like he has the authority. So, demigods cannot disobey his orders. So, that's why many of the demigods came except Lord Brahma. And out of fear, you can say, okay. And there was some of them are taking side of Daksha, okay. So, and Mother Sati, who was none other than the wife of Lord Shiva, she doesn't want these things to escalate, and also she has so much attachment for her father, and she wanted to like make the things go right, like by re-establishing the relationships. So even though she was not invited, Daksha invited everybody except Lord Shiva. And even though Lord Shiva was not invited, Mother Sati went to that yajna and tried to uh, talk talk to her father. So, but what happened? Daksha did not entertain her because whatever the grudges that Daksha developed towards Lord Shiva, he maintained them towards Mother Sati also. So, and Mother Sati was not welcomed, and she felt neglected, insulted, and she was not able to witness the situation where Lord Shiva was insulted, and she thought, my your only relationship, I don't, because you are offending Lord Shiva, and I don't want to be connected to you, and this body is given by you, so I just renounce this body. So she performed Sati Sagama, means the like she ignited the fire and then she committed suicide. And Lord Shiva, when he was insulted by Daksha, he was okay, he didn't take any offense. But when Mother Sati had to give up her body due to the insults, due to the negligence of negligence of Daksha, then Lord Shiva took offense, and Lord Shiva thought, this is, I have to correct them. Then he sent Virabhadra and his followers, and Virabhadra went and destroyed all the sacrificial arena, and then he cut off the head of Daksha and punished all the demigods and sages who are siding Daksha. And after that, everything is over. All the demigods approach Lord Brahma to pacify Lord Shiva. And Lord Brahma initially chastises the demigods, and then he takes all the demigods to Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva, who is a Vaishnava, who is a great personality, he never took any offense. He said, I consider all these demigods like children. I don't take any offense, but I did only this to correct them. So what it is, he revives everybody who lost their life in the sacrificial arena, and then he gives some of them lose the body parts. So he gives different alternative methods of managing the situations. So like that, and then finally he gave goat head to Daksha because Nandi cursed Daksha that you'll get a goat head. So goat head was given to Daksha, and finally Daksha realized his mistake, and he, when he met Lord Shiva, he begged forgiveness, and then he was very much repentant of what has happened, what he has done. So and then finally Daksha, he started the sacrifice, right? He again completed the sacrifice. So when the sacrifice is performed perfectly, it is said that Lord Vishnu will appear. Like, see, for example, Lord Vishnu is Swarat, Krishna is Swarat. There is no obligation for him, but he appears only when he is completely pleased. So now the situation here is both the parties, all of them are devotees, including Daksha was also devotee. Okay, and Lord Shiva was also a great devotee, and demigods are also devotees. But due to some differences, due to some, you know, this quarrel has arisen, and they were able to resolve, and they were able to forgive each other and beg forgiveness, all those things, which pleased Lord Vishnu. Like if you see, there are many instances in Srimad Bhagavatam. There are the stories where even though sometimes sacrifice didn't complete at all with respect to Prithu Maharaj, Prithu Maharaj starts a Ashwamedha Yajna. So he actually wanted to perform 100 Ashwamedha Yajnas, and Indra is the one holding the record of performing 100 Ashwamedha Yajnas in the creation, in this universe. So he doesn't want that his record to be broken. So on the on the 100th Ashwamedha Yajna, he started disguising himself as fake sadhu, and then he started stealing the sacrificial hearts. So, and this also incited the conflict between Indra and Prithu Maharaj. When Prithu Maharaj was about to, not Prithu Maharaj, the priests of the Yajna, when they are about to kill Indra by by using the mantras, powerful mantras, uh, Brahmaji comes and says, see, Indra is attached to this, his record of 100 for performing 100 Ashwamedha Yajnas. You are so mature devotee, why don't you just give it up? Why don't you end your sacrifices to 99 so that he will be at ease? So Prithu Maharaj immediately agreed and he gave up that sacrifice. And Indra, then immediately Lord Vishnu appeared, even without the completion of sacrifice also. So what I'm trying to say is, when there is a nice loving relationship among the devotees, Lord Krishna is automatically pleased. So Prachetas also. Prachetas were performing tapasya underneath the ocean, and Lord Vishnu appears there, and he says, "I'm very much pleased with your loving relationship among yourselves." So, because Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, right? Sarva Yonishu Kaunteya Murte Samo means like Aham Bija Pradapita means he is the seed giving father of all the living entities. So just the way parents likes all the children to be cooperating with each other and like being friendly with each other, they don't like his children to be quarreling. So in the same way, uh, with respect to devotees, devotees are more closer to Krishna. So conflict between the devotees is the last thing that Krishna wanted to see. So generally, like I was hearing a lecture of Devamrut Swami Maharaj. He explained, see this when we don't have the proper understanding how to deal with the pluralistic mentality, means so everybody has certain nature, and they sometimes has to deal with some other person who has totally different nature. If we don't know how to handle that, then this kind of differences will come. For example, here in this case, Lord Shiva was the greatest Vaishnava, but his associates are all the demons and hobgoblins. And in order to give them shelter, he also dresses himself in the same way. He is totally detached in the physical appearance. How what he wears, what he eats, how he appears. He is totally oblivious. Even the Lord Shiva was very beautiful. Lord Shiva is like no, Lord Shiva has all the qualities of Supreme Personality of God. So he is very beautiful, but at the same time he doesn't care physically. He doesn't have a home. He doesn't wear any clothes. He just wears some deer skin, and he doesn't have any ornaments. He put on the snakes and all those things, and he doesn't wear any clothes also. He just smears ashes on his body. So like that. Uh, but with respect to Daksha, Daksha was a Vaishnava. So Vaishnavas, they maintain the physical illness very seriously. They take 3 times a bath, and whenever they use restroom, they take bath immediately. And whenever they touch anything abominable, they immediately take bath. So physical cleanliness, physical appearance is a very great concern with respect to Daksha. And Daksha's associates are all demigods and all the high-fi people. But Lord Shiva's associates are very lowest category people. But the Lord Shiva is the most exalted personality. And Daksha saw Daksha's perspective with respect to Lord Shiva was he's seeing all the faults in Lord Shiva. And whereas Lord Shiva is not seeing any faults in Daksha, but only thing is he was meditating on Lord Vishnu and he didn't offer any respect to Daksha. Means like he was father-in-law, and following that etiquette, he like no, Daksha was expecting that Lord Shiva should respect me. So like that, these differences has arisen. Okay. So now, how Maharaj gives this, like Maharaj says, he mainly classifies, there are five external differences, external pluralism, five ways of external differences, and nine ways of internal differences. How we deal with, we'll discuss with each other. Okay. First thing is first external difference is values. Okay. So it depends on like how a person is brought up from his early childhood. Some people is might have brought up in nice culture where they have respect elderly people, they respect God, they know how to do everything properly. And some people, they don't have anything, they don't even have a better family with respect to Western world. Like as soon as a child turns 18, he detaches himself from the family setup. He goes away from the home, and parents also expect that why are you staying here? You're still 18. Why are you staying with us? Go out. And the child is on his own. There is nobody to love him, care him, all those things. But with respect to Indian culture, even that person gets 30, 40 years also, he can stay with parents. Hmm? Until he gets married. No, like even if after getting married, also they prefer to stay together. That way they help each other, serve each other, support each other. With respect to Westerners, they totally on themselves. And sometimes we see like Indian parents, they sponsor all the tuition fee. They don't pay anything by themselves until they start earning. Everything is taken care for the Indian kids. But with respect to Westerners, as soon as they turn 18, they are by themselves. They have to work. Yes, from. Yeah, that's what regular practice is. Like most of the time, they earn. They go do some part-time jobs and then they support their tuition fees and all that. No, no, not thrown. That's what they it's not thrown away. Like parents can stay, but most of the majority wise, with respect to like no, Indian parents, most of them stay together only until he gets married. Even after getting married, also they stay together. But here, like after 18, they prefer to. That's how they explore and that is their way of. Yes, I'm just telling the different way of upbringing. So here, this person, like with respect to the Eastern culture, even in China, even India, and all the Eastern countries, they support their children right from very early until like 20. He started earning. So and also the culture, like different kinds of, the tolerance level, the forgiveness, all those values, the sense of coexistence. With respect to some other culture, they think that the individuality plays a major role. My interest has to be met, all those things. So this is the most important thing. So the values, the difference in values. Okay, we can see that also here, right? Daksha has certain values and Lord Shiva has certain values. Daksha is focusing on the externals and Lord Shiva is focusing on the internals. Lord Shiva is focusing, as long as I'm meditating on Krishna, my consciousness is like he's. So as long as I'm internally pure, external doesn't matter for Lord Shiva. With respect to Daksha, externals matter more. The envy, pride, all those things can be okay. External cleanness, external appearance. Now he was effulgent. So he was thinking that those are the greatest values. So and next one is relationship. Relationships are these relationships will like when two devotees uh, like when there is a nice relationship, even some offensive words also easily forgiven. They can call I'm not sure I can say this as an example. Uh, See, okay, let me try to put as clearly as possible. With respect to African Americans, so they we observe here, as soon as two African Americans, they call each other nigger, nigger. Okay. It's like their way of intimacy. But if by mistake anyone outsiders call him as that thing, he will be on his case. He can sue him, he can put him in jail, all those things. And also, with respect to friends and families, also, if you have nice relationship and proper communication and the intimacy, they can beat each other, they can pull their legs, and they can be very informal, all those things. So until that kind of communication, that kind of rapport develops among the devotees, they have to be very, very formal. Mm. So, so that for that, the type of association we keep matters a lot. With respect to Daksha, he had a lot of Smartha Brahmanas. Smartha Brahmanas means they were very particular with the rules and regulations. How can you don't take bath 3 times a day? And how can he wear dead skin and then ash crematorium ashes? Like they are fault finding. So Brahmanas, okay, especially. Uh, So, but with respect to Lord Shiva, his associates are, as I told you, like ghosts, hobgoblins, all those things. They always eat meat, all those things. So, but if there was a proper communication, like what to see the exalted qualities in Lord Shiva, uh, like if we are not able to see exalt no, good qualities in others, we should discuss with somebody who is able to see him. For example, if Daksha would have approached Lord Brahma and said, express his doubts, no? So Brahmaji, you are asking my daughter, to be given to Lord Shiva, but I see all these faults. Can you clarify? Of course, no, they have that etiquette also. That no, like if elderly person says something, even if he is not convinced, also he just follow. So the problem with that is, okay, the surrender, like you say, right? If spiritual master says something, you just take lightly, and take it as it is, and you have to follow. And so most of the time, it is better, like even if the superiors also, if they try to make it understand, if they try to, okay, why I am saying, and make him understand, then he would be able to take up that instruction to the heart. If you say, okay, I said, you agree or not agree, or you believe it or not believe it, or you understand, not understand, you have to follow. If that mentality is there, that person will get builder. Why this person is behaving like this? Why this person like? So it is a duty of the superiors also to explain them. Okay, this is what, this is how it works. If Daksha would have approached any great devotee who knows the greatness of Lord Shiva, and he would have been not in a situation of blaspheming Lord Shiva and causing all these things, and ended up losing his head. So, for that communication to happen, the relationship between the devotees also plays major role. And next is data or information. So, what kind of information that you have about other party? So, for example, if you are going to speak to a set of audience, for example, if you go to totally American audience, or some South America, or Indian audience, you should know what is their culture, what to speak, what not to speak, where they are sensitive, where they are where they can take lightly. With respect to Indian audience, you can just chastise them, you can tell them you're all fools, you are rascals. They say yes, yes, yes. They took as our guru is like pointing out so that it is for our benefit. They already know that culture is there. But with respect to Western audience or who doesn't have the spiritual maturity or who is not brought up in the spiritual atmosphere, they may take very offensive. Prabhupada sometimes called rascals, all those things. So even like when Prabhupada was saying, if you don't utilize your human form of life properly, you will become dogs in next life. Immediately, one person get up and say, "What is the problem with dog? Dog is also I like dogs. Even if I become dog, also it doesn't matter for me." Like that, he says. Means it's a culture thing. Okay, the information that we have, like okay. One good example is like the greatest pastime of uh, Parishit Maharaj, cursed by Shringi. Parishit Maharaj was hunting in the forest, and he got lost in the forest, and he was wandering, and finally he goes to the Samik Rishi's ashram, and Samik Rishi was in deep meditation, and Parishit Maharaj was expecting the reception and all those kind of thing. But Samik Rishi didn't was oblivious to the external situation. So then what happened? Parishit Maharaj took offense, and then he put a dead snake as a garland to Samik Rishi and left. So now uh, Samik Rishi know the greatness of Parishit Maharaj, and he didn't even know that Parishit Maharaj kept dead snake on him. But Samik Rishi's son Shringi, he took the offense. He says, how dare this Kshatriya, this king, can insult my father? Kshatriyas are like dogs. They have to be on the god. He has a very high regard for the Brahmanical culture, but very low regard for the Kshatriya culture. How can a dog come and eat with the master? Means like Brahmanas are master, Kshatriyas are like dogs. Okay, so like that he said, and then he said, let this king die in 7 days due to Takshaka. Takshaka bite, it's like snake bite. So this was the situation. Then Shringi come to his father, and his father and started seeing his dead snake on his father's neck. He started crying, and then Samik Rishi heard his son's crying. Then he opens his eyes. He sees a dead snake in his neck, and just take it off and throws away. He didn't take any offense. Who kept this dead snake on me? Like that, he didn't do all those things. Then he comes to know that Shringi cursed Parishit Maharaj. Then Samik Rishi uh, uh, educates Shringi. You see, you did such a great blunder. Hmm? For such a very insignificant mistake, you cursed Parishit Maharaj to die. That's a very heavy punishment for a very small mistake. So you know the greatness of Parishit Maharaj is a great devotee. Because under his protection only, all the dharma is properly maintained till now. And if a person like Parishit Maharaj goes away, then all the entire society will be ruined. So he educates Shringi. Means if Shringi knows the greatness of Parishit Maharaj, if Shringi knows the importance of Kshatriyas also in the society, then he would not have acted in such a way. And with respect to Parishit Maharaj, as soon as he garlands Samik Rishi with a snake, and then when he starts going towards his kingdom, he immediately started repenting. Why I did such a silly mistake that sage was in deep meditation. I should not have done that. Like that, he was repenting. But when the news of his curse came to him, he accepted it. He didn't retaliate it. He didn't try to counteract it. He accepted it, with gratitude. So, so that's how, like here, just the way when he, in this case, Daksha and Lord Shiva's conflict, when Daksha totally realized his mistake, Lord Vishnu appeared. Then Parishit Maharaj took the reversals in a very positive manner. Then Krishna also descended there in the form of Srimad Bhagavat. Okay, so the means the information about the opposite party. We should not act anything without knowing fully about the other devotees or other party. Okay, and then next is the interest. So as I told you, Daksha's interest was only external, how he looks, how he behaves, how he shows off. If you see, especially the people who has the upbringing in the urban culture, they are very much conscious of how you speak, how you behave, uh, all those things. But with respect to the person who is brought up in the rural culture, where their intimacy in the rural culture is more, they don't mind all those things. They talk loudly, they scold, all those things will be there. So, as I told you, Daksha's interest was external, and Lord Shiva's interest is internal. So there is a conflict of interest also here. So how we of course, all these things also required, like how we behave, how we make feel others good. Like it is said that like even some uh, some kind of inconvenience also, uh, they tolerate and they try to make other feel good. But on the back, they will be taking it offensive. But with respect to if the person is focusing on the only internals, he will properly communicate. So, and then structures, okay? Structures means you are convinced that this person is good. Immediately, you will make a structure, means why this person is good, oh, he's nice behaved, well mannered, he speaks nicely, he appears nicely, all those things. And if think that your interest is okay, this person is bad, even if the person is good, like if you have that impression, if you have that mindset of seeing only faults in that person, then you'll develop a structure. Means how here Daksha, when he saw Lord Shiva, immediately he pointed out all the demigods and says, "See this Daksha, this Lord Shiva, he done maintain cleanness. He always associated with all these lowly creatures." huh? And he gave different quotations also. So this also we observed, because when we want to do certain thing in certain way, then immediately we form a structure. Proper we quote the proper experience and we quote the scriptures, all those things. It should be done this way only, not that way. Hmm. So based on our interest, we develop a structure. We develop a theory out of it, and we propose, okay, this should be done like this only. And the other person will also have the same thing. Based on his interest, he will develop different structure and then proposes, no, this has to be done like this only. So, so these are the five factors which we have to be very careful. See, we should have the information, we should have the knowledge how to deal with all these differences in our day-to-day life, especially dealing with the devotees. That way, we can avoid all the conflicts. So when we are able to accommodate and when we are able to work together and maintain friendliness, then we'll be able to please Krishna. So, and Mara also quotes 9 internal reasons that we don't have right now. So, if anybody have any questions or comments, you can discuss. I hope you're able to follow me, right? Any questions or comments? Volunteer Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Prabhupada ki jai, Anand Gaur Vaishnav. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Next online, anybody have any questions?